great day. So, quick question. Have you ever said, I am tired of being too nice? I'm tired of being neglected, disrespected, taken for granted, taken advantage of? I'm tired of feeling lost, feeling like I don't know who I am anymore. Feeling like everything I do is for everyone else and I'm always last on my list. Unfortunately, way too many women feel like this. And it is time for this to end. Well, for all those who are ready for it to end. Because I do recognize this may not be the time for you. This may not be what you are looking for right now, but I am speaking to the sister who is looking for this. Tomorrow night at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we are having the first part of the workshop series, Breaking the Nice Girl Spell. And this series is going to continue on, but it is going to be so imperative that if you are ready to stop this, for you to understand why you were programmed this way, for you to understand how this is affecting your life, the high cost that you are paying, and how to do something about it. So we are going to be going through all that tomorrow. You can sign up. Link is in the description, live.nicegirlrehab.com, because it is so important now more than ever. And if not now, when? Let's be honest. That you find exactly who you are and that you recognize that after all of this time, all of this baggage that you have been holding, that it is not even yours. You are so busy trying to be nice because that's what they told you to be. Meanwhile, nice just means you're stupid. Nice means you're foolish. Nice means you are ignorant. So you can choose to stay being the nice girl, or you can actually grow into the wise woman who you were put on this earth to be. I know there is so much coming from so many different directions, so many things telling you how you should be. That is not my intention. I have no interest in telling you who it is that you are supposed to be, but helping you connect with the goddess inside of you. God is inside of you, helping you connect with that, helping you live in the energy of the wise woman that you are ready to allow yourself to be. Because I promise you, until the day that you leave this planet, you will have tons of people trying to get you to live how they want you to live. And you know what I think is so funny about that? Have you ever heard the phrase, misery loves company? Because for misery to love company and for nobody to know nobody who's miserable, who's giving out advice who's miserable, who is giving you the directions on the path that's best for you, who are actually happy in the life that they're living, when ultimately, even if they weren't miserable, does not mean that they would have the answers and the roadmap that is going to help you get to the place where you decide is best for you. Living a life that feels like you're creating paradise, that feels like you are in alignment, that feels like what you were put on this earth to feel, to experience, to breathe, to be. It is your state of being that is so important. And right now, if your state of being is anchored in niceness, it is around you being an absolute fool. And trust and believe you are not alone. You are in amazing company, even with myself. It was a while before it took me to no longer look outside of myself for the approval to move forward, or outside of myself for, because especially as a Virgo, you know, my birthday just passed. We love to help. We love to assist. We love to support. And at the same time, oftentimes that will leave us in a space where we are the last, where we're not taking care of ourselves, where we are giving energy from an empty cup. The focus is not on loving ourselves, though we think that we can love others. Well, if you're religious, then you're supposed to be loving your neighbor like you love yourself. But how does that work? If you don't have the love for yourself, the care for yourself, even the self-preservation to recognize that sometimes in this life, you have to say no. Sometimes in this life, the most important thing you can do is put yourself first. And if you're not, how is it that you are giving to all these other people and think that that's sustainable? I understand as a mother, as a wife, as a daughter, as a sister, as a cousin, as of all these things that you are. And we're not even speaking of your profession and your career and your interests and the things that you actually are doing just for yourself. It's hard to wear all of these hats. That I understand. And it's even harder to continue on the road to bypassing, neglecting, and not appreciating yourself. While you've been taught that it's going to yield you certain results, what have you seen thus far? What have you seen happens when you have given your time, energy, your life force, your magic, your power to everyone else but yourself? Where does that actually lead you? How does it feel right now? If that's the part that you have played all your life, when do you think you're going to be ready to move into the next stage of life? And whenever that is, absolutely no judgment. I just want to make sure that you have the reminder and the encouragement to know that everything starts within you. So as soon as you are ready for things to change, it takes very little for it to actually change, for you to actually get what it is that you desire. But then we have to find out that now, since you've been running on all these programs that everyone else has put on you, do you even know what you desire? Do you know what makes you enthusiastic? Do you know what makes your heart skip a beat? Do you know what you would do if you didn't have those loved ones around you, right? How you would still feel full, how you would still have joy, how you would create, how you would use this magnificent divine energy that you were put on this earth with and have been continuing to expand in. What is it that your heart is calling for? Because I guarantee you, when you got here, your heart was not calling for you to be the girl who was too nice, left behind, forgotten about, and walked on. So, for all of you who are ready to make that change and move to the next level, to actually learn from these mistakes and take that information and continue on to be the best version of you, with a life full of love that is emanating from the inside out, right? I have a book, of course, Selfish is the New Sexy. And reminding you, part of that book was to remind you how it is important for you to take care of yourself, for you to nurture yourself, for you to know that you are the most important person in your life. You are. Your children, they must be the most important people in their life. So when the time comes where they no longer need you for everything in their life, to feed them, to change them, to make decisions for them, they are also human beings with spirits inside of them who came here to walk their path. And oftentimes we feel as parents, I can't say we because I'm not a parent, but oftentimes as parents, what I see is that there's so much attachment to the life that they were put here to live because you brought them to earth, understandably so. but so little effort and energy put into the life and the purpose and the pleasure that you came on this earth to increase, to live through, to expand, to be. And it is absolutely your right if you want to continue that way. Again, this is not a judgment. This is just for my sister goddesses who are ready to move out of that space and move into a space with everything that it is that you say you want, right? Because if you ask for things, but you allow those thoughts in your head to hold you, that you allow your thoughts and emotions to be connected with things that you don't desire, you are guaranteed to continue to get that and to make actions that would reaffirm that that is what you want. So this is more than breaking the nice girl spell. Part of breaking this nice girl spell is helping you realize the fullness of who you are. It's help you to get to the place to have everything that you desire. It's to help you be honest with yourself, to embrace all of the sides of you, to be a whole, full, and complete human being that you were put on this earth to be, and to live in that magnificent, magnetic energy, because everything that you are chasing behind then starts to chase behind you. So I would love to see you tomorrow evening. And of course, if you cannot make it, but you would like to, this is complimentary, and when it is done, it will be inside of the Nice Girl Rehab, which you can find at nicegirlrehab.com, the replays of that and the work that we'll be doing there to help detox you, to help you recover. We even got an urgent care in there, okay? Well, we and an audio clinic that will help you to connect with yourself, that will connect you with your higher self, that will allow you to be fully in the energy of who you are. And I can't wait to help and support you through it. So again, link will be in the description. Excited to see you tomorrow. Peace and love.